Here is your forecast first with meteorologist Zane Satry.
Another afternoon of some strong storms and a lot of rain showers out there, still continuing at this early evening hour. A lot of clouds around the Quad City area as well. Temperatures are pretty cool right now, only around 70 degrees, few spots in the upper 60s, mid to upper 60s for temperatures. As we go through your forecast first, we'll see lots of chances for scattered storms, a little bit of dry time in there as well as we go through the evening hours before more rain comes along on your Friday morning. How long that lasts, we'll detail that coming up on Local 4 News at 5.
A little girl lost in the Rock River. Now her mother shares part of her story. What sticks with her after those crucial moments in the water.
And hockey will be in the Quad Cities this winter. The new name and new president, a first for the area.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News at 5.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Needleman.
And I'm Tiffany Lundberg. Thanks for joining us for Local 4 News at 5.
We begin with the first words from the mother of the little girl lost in the Rock River since Monday's boating accident at the Steel Dam.
As they were being rescued, her 5-year-old daughter was slipped away into the river's current. She describes that scene in a statement that you'll only hear here on Local 4 News. And I have to warn you, this is hard to read. I had a hard time reading it in the last show, and I'm going to try and get through this. She describes that scene. She said that she had to untie her life jacket from her wrist and put her on that raft. The little girl still had the life vest on, and the emergency service workers did their best. They grabbed her baby she thought would live, but the raft capsized, and she said it capsized, losing her daughter to the water forever. So, tough story to hear. It's been a tough story for us to report on this week. We saw that video earlier in the week, and we didn't realize what we were watching at the time.
Yeah, it was very tough, and now as we learn more, it becomes even tougher. And crews, though, aren't giving up on that search to find the little girl. It's now been almost 72 hours since that initial call came in Monday evening. They've been out since 6 this morning, and they'll stay out as long as possible in this weather. Our continuing coverage takes us back out to Milan. Local 4's Kelly Bowles joins us live along the Rock River with the latest on that search. Kelly?
Jim and Tiffany, we are back here at the dam today where actually in just the last few moments, dozens of people have seemed to come together for what looks like a memorial. There are gifts and balloons and umbrellas as people stand a little ways behind me to pay their respects. And out of respect, we are going to go ahead and stand a little ways back to give them their space as we bring you the latest of what we know on this search right now. Today, crews were back in the water today, rain or no rain, continuing that search for the little girl. The dam has become a little more colorful each day. Today, balloons were seen floating in the water, and more gifts have arrived overnight. The unicorn cereal lining the walls, the rainbow glitter sprinkled on the ground, and with each person that stops by, a little more is left behind. The Moline Fire Department is back in the water today, alternating shifts with the Christian Aid Ministries. They have expanded the search and are now circling near the Mississippi where the two rivers meet. But with the severe weather we've been having, the water is expected to rise even more, but crews say they'll be out there as long as they can be.
Well, during bad weather, the water gets a little choppier, runs a little bit faster. Makes slow searches a little bit more difficult to maneuver the boats. And now that we have a bigger boat down there, it's going to make it even a little bit more difficult. But the bigger boat does offer some extra safety for our guys.
And once again, we are still in contact with the Illinois Conservation Police, who say they will continue their search into this evening. We do not have a definite time on what time they plan to go to until tonight. But despite the severe weather, they do plan to stay out here as long as they can. But if there's thunder and lightning, they may have to pause those efforts. We are going to continue to bring you all of the latest developments as they become available. But for now, live in Milan, Kelly Bowles, Local 4 News.
Kelly, thank you. And the mother of that 5-year-old girl shared those difficult moments with us in hopes of helping others through her grief. She wants people to know the dangers that river poses, and for her full statement and what she wanted to share with our community, you can head over to our website, ourquadcities.com.
Another day of clouds and rain hovers over the Quad Cities, and it makes it difficult for some places that need to dry out after last night's flash flooding. We visited the Woodland Apartments in Davenport this morning. A tenant we spoke with did not want to be identified. She tells Local 4 News her friends on the ground level had water up to their knees last night. She says flooding is an ongoing problem that's never been addressed.
My friend's place is flooded, and they have to start again, and they have to remove the tiles and fix the carpeting, and it's just a mess, and it's a nightmare for a lot of the families around here.
We tried contacting the apartment building's management about those flooding concerns. Our calls and email have not been returned so far.
Nearly 3 inches of rain fell in just 2 hours yesterday, resulting in a lot of calls for help in Scott County. The Scott Emergency Communications Center says between 5 and 9 last night, they had approximately 40 calls reporting stalled cars in water. In addition, dispatchers had more than 10 calls for manhole covers that had been blown off and about 5 reports of streets buckling and debris in the road.
Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds declared 9 counties disaster areas from the flooding and severe weather that started about a week ago. Clay, Dickinson, Emmett, Kossuth, Lyon, Osceola, Palo Alto, Scott, and Story counties are all covered by the governor's move. Streams are swollen from the consistent rainfall in places. Some rivers are already dangerously high. More rivers could rise fast with rain possible through next week. Iowa's Department of Natural Resources says all paddle boats need to stay off the rivers, stick to lakes and flat water. Several state parks are closed because of the flooding as well. Forwarded to Local 4 News when you see severe weather. It's easy with the Our Quad Cities app on Android and Apple devices. Set it up to get notified about breaking news. Send us pictures and share stories you want covered by Local 4 News. Remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Well, customers of a downtown Davenport salon are reeling after the business closed its doors over the weekend.
The abrupt closure of Salon Luce left some of them with gift cards, deposits, and appointments that might not be fulfilled. Local 4 News made several calls to the salon and tried to reach the owners, though we have not heard anything yet. A voicemail recording indicates the salon is no longer in business. Local 4's Sean Logging joins us in the studio with what some customers are saying. Sean?
Jim, Tiffany, a few customers I've reached say they have been calling Salon Luce but haven't received an answer if they'll be refunded their deposits for bridal parties or purchases of gift cards. At the main entrance of the salon, on the inside of the door, you can see a chain wrapped around the handle. Carmen Sedlock says she purchased $300 worth of gift cards for her 2 daughters' birthdays next month. She called a few times earlier this week to move up their appointments because of a family wedding, only to finally get a voicemail saying they were closed. Now as days passed, she says it's disappointing they haven't responded.
Whatever troubles you have, or if you're a small company that doesn't make it, I mean, you still have a personal responsibility. And there is a way that you can treat your customers a little bit better. Even if it's, I apologize, we're trying to resolve this the best we can.
Sedlock says one of her husband's cousins also has a wedding this summer and placed a $750 deposit at Salon Luce. They found out about the closing from Sedlock. Sedlock adds she's not too concerned about getting that $300 back, instead wishing the business didn't keep customers in the dark. In the studio, Sean Logging, Local 4 News.
Sean, thank you. Well, it may be the first day of summer, but today was a big day for hockey fans as a winter sport took center stage.
I guess we're ready for winter. A couple of big announcements came at noon today at the TaxSlayer Center. Sports Director Jay Kidwell joins us with that. Jay?
Jim and Tiffany, well, this is it. That's the new name of the Quad City SPHL hockey team. It's the Quad City Storm. The team also announced they've got a new team president in Gwen Tomberg. She will be the first female president in 23 years of hockey in the Quad Cities. Well, this is how it all happened at noon today. The video showing a storm at the TaxSlayer Center, and then the logo appeared to a round of applause. The team will begin play on October 20th. That'll be a Saturday night. They will host Peoria. The Storm, they say they will be very active in the community, something they hope the QCA will be proud of indeed. Tim from Moline, well, he is pumped up about every single bit of it.
I like the name. It's different, and the logo is real neat. It's real neat. The colors of the uniform, the sweaters are nice. I'm excited. I'm kind of a hockey lover in that, so I'm looking forward to them being here.
On the way at 6 o'clock, we will hear from the new Storm president and the head coach as well. That's at 6 o'clock. Jim and Tiffany, now I get to do the weather. How about that? Storm warning, everybody.
All right, Jay, thank you. I guess it's a perfect time to announce it when we're having
storms like this. And Zane, move over. Jay's going to do it for you.
All right, Jay, come
on over.
We got this thing under.
So what are we in for, Jay?
We're in for some dicey weather. I'm thinking it's pretty dicey. It's not looking good.
No.
But I'll let
there you go. Storm warning. There we go.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks, Jay.
That's not how the the weather works.
In the actual weather,
You just got to stick around, Jay, just so you know.
Yeah.
more rain is the name of the game as we go through the evening hours. We got up to 76 degrees today. Inch of rain out at the airport today as well. There's going to be more as we go through tonight. We'll detail that coming up on Local 4 News at 5.
WHBF is local for you with Jim Needleman, Tiffany Lundberg, and Chief Meteorologist Andy McCrae. This is Local 4 News at 5 in high definition.